episode 3347, How Will Your Thoughts Fail You?
Moms, it's time to rediscover, rejuvenate, and renew who you are in mind, body, and spirit. Welcome to Create Your Now, Your Best Selfie, the show to help you do just that. Here's your host, certified life coach, personal trainer, and nutritionist, Christiane Wargo.
Happy day and welcome to a brand new week. That means you have a fresh start. Actually, every morning you have new mercies. And today, oh yes, it's Holy Week. And I pray that if you are one who's experiencing that, I pray many blessings over you. But first we have to get into our mind. How will your thoughts fail you? For those of you who are brand new to Create Your Now, welcome to this incredible family. I'm so delighted of your presence. If you already haven't had the opportunity, you'll want to head on over to createyournow.com where you can learn more and sign up for the Kisses newsletter. The Keep It Simple strategy, everyday solutions to live, love, and impact. This episode is brought to you by AIM, Inspiring Connection and Community. Okay, so a couple quick things. We've got some exciting things happening here at Create Your Now. And can I just tell you, I'm going to be honest with you. We're talking about thoughts today, right? Well, here are a few of my thoughts. There is so much happening that I am feeling pressure from all sides. I'm feeling pressure from myself. Okay, we're going to get into that. Okay, so bear with me. This all comes together, so hang out there with me. I'm feeling pressure from myself. I'm feeling pressure from you, not because you're sending me these emails like, why aren't you doing this? Or why aren't you doing that? Because you are so kind and you are always extending grace to me. And I am so grateful that you show up here when you do. I'm grateful that you share when you do. I'm grateful that you subscribe. And I'm grateful that you, more importantly, are a part of my family because I truly believe that. But God is moving in miraculous ways. And we're going to be looking at actually opening up a nonprofit because I'm announcing it here. Why not be bold? Okay, we're just doing it. We're going to be building a studio because we are taking Create Your Now further than we can do it by ourselves, meaning what our family and our direct friends have been investing in Create Your Now. And so be on the lookout for that opportunity. If that's something that's on your heart, then I would be delighted to talk with you further, or I'll let you know when that comes about. We're working on that here over the next few weeks. Also, big teaser. You may not be a fan of social media. Maybe you're on there because you're connected to maybe some family, close friends. Maybe you do kind of like to dabble a little bit, but you really don't want to make that your main communication source. Well, we're going to make it available that where you don't have to be on social media, but you can be part of Create Your Now without being anywhere else except on createyournow.com. Oh yes, it's coming and I'm so excited. I'm actually meeting this week with our software designers. And so like I said, when things are happening. Also remember, we've got our TV show just, 2 days ago, we filmed 4 more episodes. Can I just tell you this? We have got some incredible things coming out that are going to be connected to AIM. Yes, AIM is happening. I just don't know how all these moving parts are going to come together, if I can be so honest with you. Talk about thoughts. There are times that I just lay in bed and I'm like, Lord, there's no way this is all going to happen. And then I get myself into this negative thought pattern. And I'm like, why? Why are you putting these thoughts, these dreams in my head? Why am I waking up at dark 100 when really I know my body needs to sleep? Yet then in the afternoon, it's like time to take a nap because, well, you didn't sleep well last night. Well, yeah, because God woke me up. Have you ever had that feeling? Okay. Yeah. Well, I've been there for a very long time. And God has just been pressing on me. And can I just tell you this too? There's never a good time to write a book. There's never a good time to open up a brand new academy. There's never a good time to move. There's never a good time to build a studio. There's never a good time to sell a house. There's never a good time to establish communication on your own website. There's never a good time to have a child. There's never a good time. Oh, there's just never a good time. But you see, if we get caught up in those negative thought patterns, what happens? They become easily rooted in our minds. And I know for me, it takes over. And I'm like, wow, I've got to flesh this out. You go from being on the top of your game to wallowing in misery and what ifs. How will your thoughts fail you? Have you ever, taken those thoughts and you're like, okay, I just got to shoot those thoughts in my head. because they're either going to determine where I go, where I can shoot for the moon, and they're going to propel me forward to success, or they're going to just slam me into a wall. Another slam dunk. Whoop, whoop. Not so much, right? Who wants to be slammed against a wall? This brick wall that keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. You know, if you haven't noticed, March Madness is in full swing. And yes, the Sweet 16 has been decided. Did your teams make it? Did they? Well, you know it didn't come with ease, right? The players had to overcome many obstacles, especially the ones between their ears. You think we're up late at night. What do you think happens with them? They come off of a win or a loss. A win's a lot easier, but they still have to prepare, right? Because if they've made mistakes, and I guarantee you, every single player, whether they've been on the court or not, has always made a mistake. And I guarantee you the ones who lost are replaying those mistakes over and over and over again. Lots of decisions are made on the court. And the game moves so swiftly that if you linger too long on one thought, you lose the advantage. You get left behind. And there you are scrambling. Research shows that our brains have a negativity bias, if you didn't know that already. Meaning we tend to remember and focus more on negative experiences rather than positive ones. Now, I'm sure you've found yourself a time or two swimming with negative thoughts that won't go away. And for a moment, it's not a big deal, right? It's like swimming in paradise, all too familiar, right? Wouldn't it be nice to be in paradise right now? It would be. But then the water, those thoughts get heavier and begin to weigh you down. Now you no longer are in paradise, but you're struggling in sinking sand. What is that inner dialogue that you have with yourself every day? What keeps coming back up for you at home, at work, at play, when you're going to sleep? Maybe when you're not sleeping because you're woken up. Because you do realize that your thoughts control your day, especially your reactions, right? I mean, it would be great if you would respond, but at the time, you didn't have it all together, and all you felt was a pressure to react. There you go, spiraling downhill. Oh, I'm not good enough, screams in your mind. You'll never be able to do that. Echoes through the valleys in your head. You'll never amount to anything, is the heartbeat of your sigh. Negative self-talk, it's a real thing. Negative self-talk can spiral into self-doubt, leading to a lack of confidence and poor performance. Yes, it affects your self-esteem. Dr. Sarah Johnson, a sports psychologist, says this: your thoughts can become your worst enemy if you allow them to control your actions. Are you doing that? Do you let your thoughts control your actions? Let's go back to my oh, woe's me moments. I've got all this stuff happening, and I do not know how I'm going to put one foot in front of the other. It's never a good time to write a book. It's never a good time to. Have you been in that position? Maybe it's never a good time to have your kids right now, but they're like 10, 8, and 12, and you're like, oh, I guess I can't give them back. Now what do I do with them? It's never a good time to have a puppy dog. Yeah, 10 years later, you're like, yeah, can't give him back. A little too late for that. How can you take control of your thoughts and prevent them from sabotaging your success? How do you rise above the mental attack within yourself, within your mind? How will you overcome the thoughts so your thoughts don't overcome you? You got to establish your thought clock. That is your Kiss to Keep It Simple strategy. Establish your thought clock. And it's a fun one. Right? We're working here off of March Madness, which is our thought madness. And if you haven't downloaded the bracket, go back to episode 3333. Actually, you can find it here too in this episode. But all of our Monday episodes are talking about our thought madness. Okay? We're going into it. Yes, the NCAA basketball championship is played April 8th. And that will be our last episode where we're celebrating March Madness. Because I really want you to put a lot of thought into this. Get it? Pun intended. Because we're not thinking about what we're thinking about. So make sure you go download that thought bracket, that thought madness bracket, and then you can take what you're learning on all these episodes and sit here and then say, okay, how does this show up for me? So let's go back now to establish your thought clock. Now, this reminds me of the shot clock for basketball. If you've played basketball, you probably know exactly what I'm talking about. Now, I don't play it. I broke my finger in high school doing it. And as a musician, my fingers are everything. So yeah, basketball and I don't really get along, but I do enjoy championships. So the March Madness I really get into. I'm not really big on NBA, but we'll leave all that for another episode. But you see, the shot clock is a crucial component of the game that ensures fast-paced, exciting gameplay, right? So I want you to look at thought madness a little bit further and impose the thought clock, meaning the shot clock, for your thoughts to keep your game of life moving in the right direction. So what does it look like in real life to apply this thought clock and establish it well? Number one, prevent stalling. Don't run out your time on kicking your negative thoughts to the curb. It's time those negative thoughts are put in their place, allowing for more skillful and intentional thoughts to shine through. The positive ones that are the game changer. That's what you want. But you've got to prevent the stalling. You got to stop hanging out with your negative thoughts. Remember, our thoughts already have this negative bias. And if that's where you want to hang out all the time, stop getting comfortable and get a little uncomfortable. Because when you prevent stalling, you can move faster than the negative thoughts. Wouldn't that be awesome that you could outrun your negative thoughts because you have positive thoughts so grounded in what you're doing that the negative thoughts don't come up? And if they do, you can smush them like a bug in a rug. Just saying. Number two, promote fairness. Unfortunately, negative thoughts always have the upper hand. This changes when you have the thought clock. Imagine if you gave as much time to the positive thoughts as you do negative thoughts. How would that influence the outcome? That's a really good question, isn't it? I mean, if I have been wrestling with God, we've been going back and forth, and he's like, you need to be doing this. And I'm like, Lord, I really don't have time for this. He goes, oh, yes, you do. I'm like, oh, no, I don't. Have you seen my schedule? Do you know what I'm doing? I'm gone more than I'm home. I'm just in that season of life that I need to be helping my children, from dogs to grandbabies to everything. My house is under construction. We're renovating. I've got old trees, dead trees coming down. I've got new drywall and walls going up and paint going up. I've got dust everywhere. Let me tell you, talk about fairness. It is so unfair. Life is unfair. But if I hang out with that unfairness of life, will I ever be able to promote fairness within? No. Imagine if you gave as much time to positive thoughts as you do negative thoughts. How would that influence the outcome? Because this element of fairness gives you permission to shut down what isn't working for you. What do you need to shut down? Go back and look at your thought madness bracket. Which teams of thoughts are ahead? Hopefully, you're giving yourself a chance to walk your miles of greatness by more positive thoughts winning. Remember, your thoughts are the seeds you plant in the garden of your mind. Choose wisely. As basketball coach Phil Jackson once said, the mind is the most important muscle in the body. It's not about what you can do, but what your mind allows you to do. Promote fairness. Are you? Finally, number 3, increase action. Take aim. Action ignites motivation. It's all about offensive skill, taking shots within a reasonable amount of time. My friend, you have got to silence the thoughts that weigh you down and reframe the thoughts that are in hiding. Believe it or not, we hide our positive thoughts. What do you mean we hide our positive thoughts, Christiane? They're hiding behind the negative ones. Because the negative ones are screaming and shouting. They've got the cowbells going off. Hey, you're not good enough. Remember me. You're so ugly. You won't amount to anything. And you keep singing these songs and these chants go off in your head over and over and over and over again. Time to change your cheerleaders. Don't let those positive thoughts hide behind the negative ones. If you don't use the skills you have, the talents and the gifts you possess, how will that help you in the game of life? Get back on the court. Decide that great things are possible. You know Michael Jordan, right? Well, he once said, you must expect great things of yourself before you can do them. You must challenge yourself to be a participant in your thoughts. Let that sink in for a moment. It goes back to you're not thinking about what you're thinking about. You don't even think about what you say, you just say it. We say so many sentences that we don't even know that we said them because it's a habit. You got to change the behaviors. But before you change the behaviors, you've got to change the thoughts. We are in the root of what is hurting you. How will your thoughts fail you? They won't if you challenge yourself to be a participant in your thoughts. If you want to be all in the game of life, you have got to use the thought clock. It's just like the shot clock. Did you know that the shot clock is a fundamental rule in basketball, right? We know that. And it enhances the competitiveness and excitement of the sport by promoting active gameplay, preventing stalling tactics, and ensuring a fair and dynamic playing field. Listen here, my friend. Don't let your season end with negative thoughts. Fight for you. Your thoughts can be powerful allies or formidable opponents. Who do you want to win every day? Take your thoughts captive. Your thoughts create your now, so choose them wisely. Go in peace. Be present. Be incredible. Be you. I love you so very much. I cannot wait to see you on the other side. Blessings, hugs, and lots of love. We'll talk to you real soon. Have a glorious, blessed day. Bye-bye.
Feeling inspired, ready to train for life and love your journey? Visit createyournow.com for more incredible resources to help you along the way. We'll see you next time on Create Your Now, Your Best Selfie. And remember, always be sure you consult your physician before beginning any health and fitness plan.